This is embarrassing, but it will make you feel good. Quick story before we start. Last week, I had no money. There was literally like $2 on my wallets, really, and $2 is like 100 pesos in here. So, what I did was I didn't really think that I was going to do this, but I went to the grand opening of the branch and there were people there. A lot of people there, and there were a lot of games to be played. But to win the game, and the prize for the game is like 500 pesos, which is how many dollars is that? Not even like $10. $10. But the price for the game was, you have to go upstage and, be judged by everybody. But the games were easy. Like, just bring the guest a water bottle, bring the guest someone who's happy. Just things like that, small things like that. And I noticed that nobody was, literally nobody was taking the offer. And so, because I didn't really care what anybody thought of me, I did that. I won the prizes. And now I have like money. I have money because I didn't really care what other people think of me. It was somewhat embarrassing if, you were wrong or what you've answered was wrong. But in my opinion, it doesn't really matter. So who cares if you're wrong? What's more embarrassing is that if you gave up, right? At least that's my opinion on things. And so this is my point one, which is everybody is afraid to look bad, to be honest. Everybody is afraid that other people will judge them for what they're doing, like, exercising, or let's say you want to make a business and because because you want to go to a business, you go to a job first. Everybody's embarrassed of that to not take the route of more risk. But the more risky path is the path that gets you more material success, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I really wouldn't, to be honest, I probably would have starved for like a week. I really would have starved for a week if I was too afraid to go up on stage, answer a bunch of useless, meaningless questions, and then, you know, actually get the money. And to look bad is really something that isn't real, I'm gonna be honest. Because let's say that you've made a mistake. So what? Do they not make a mistake? And people will say that other people judge them, but don't those people also make mistakes? Like, let's say you've started a fitness journey. Like, you want to lose weight, even though you have a 9 to 5 job. And you stop. Was that good or was that bad? For me, it will be bad if you stop that and then completely just go to a different direction, right? But it's not bad if you stop and then you go again. That's just called a rest day, right? That's just a rest day, to be honest. And so if you want to lose weight, even though you have a 9 to 5 job, just go to the top link in the description below where I tell my guys how to, where I tell my guys how I lost weight while still maintaining a 9 to 5 job. And so, yeah, quick plug over. But yeah, I don't really think people realize how much opportunity you're missing out on just because you're afraid of social judgment. At the end of the day, they're all humans. At the end of the day, some of them are better than you, some of them are worse than you. Most likely, if you're watching this video, they're probably worse off than you are. And the next point would be fit, right? If you're super embarrassed about going up on stage and speaking, or about speaking your opinions, or maybe even about taking this action because you're afraid of what everybody else is thinking, if you become fit first, you're going to realize that all of those are unimportant. Their judgments of you, and once you realize how to fight, it's really just boring, right? It's going to be boring because I've suffered a lot more than how normal people suffer. I've suffered a lot more, and so this pain of social embarrassment, like, it's nothing to me. It's nothing, really. Nothing. Because, well, I'm fit. I know how to fight. I've had a lot of pressure put onto me ever since I was a child. And I've bloomed into somebody who takes risk and doesn't take no for an answer. Really. I'm like that. So if you're embarrassed about setting goals, about going for them, here's my last point, which is you're going to die at some point. Really. Nobody will really care if you started that business, if you started that workout journey, or if you went to a job that you wanted, or if you wanted to go to a course, or if you talked up to that girl. Nobody is really going to care. Why? Because you're dead. You're going to die. Really. And so, are you going to live in fear of the social judgment that you get from other people, in which they don't even really like their lives as much as you think they like their lives? Are you going to let their vision of what your life should look like affect what you want for your life? To me, it's just absolutely autistic, right? To me, it's autistic because you're letting other people decide what your life should look like. And nobody really knows how our life should look like. Like, there's the meaning of life. There's a lot of different meanings for life, because the biological meaning for life is, to reproduce. The biblical meaning of life is to live by and avoid the deadly sins, be kind to your neighbor, etc., etc. But if you don't really follow any of that, the meaning of life is very strange. Because maybe the meaning of life is not the right question, which is why we can't really come out with a good answer for it. But if you don't really believe in any of those religious things, in any of those biological things, the meaning of life would be that to do what you want. Not do what you want in the pleasurable, autistic way, but do what you want in what is one thing that you want to do to service, and then go do that. Like, what is one thing that you want to leave the world that's hard and that's going to help a lot of people. That's what I think by what's the meaning of life. And it may not be your meaning of life, but the point still stands that do what you want. You shouldn't really care about what other people think, because if they're going to die, you're going to die. So take all of the risk that you can, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm taking a lot of risk. I see all of those, I see all of these people, all my friends like enrolling into college, and I'm just like, nah, I don't really want to. It's not really my life. Everybody's talking about college, like what school they went to, what school they enrolled into. Oh, this guy enrolled into this school. Oh, this guy took engineering. Oh, this guy took whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that's good for them. And that it's probably really, really good for them, because they probably love it. I just don't love it. I just love taking all of this risk. Like, I feel alive when I'm doing all of this, right? And so, if you guys really want to feel more alive in your work, I suggest you buy my course below, because I really just want to help more people like me, more people who want to lose weight, but they don't really know how to lose weight, right? And that's that.